A landscape like this operates on its own ancient rhythm, indifferent to anything outside its ecosystem. It is a space of immense raw potential. Humans have an instinctive pull toward these quiet, deep wood environments, yet we arrive biologically exposed. Without intervention, we have no inherent way to regulate our temperature or withstand the elements in a place this indifferent to our survival. This creates an engineering challenge. The goal is placing a human in the wilderness while maintaining a continuous connection to the environment. Solving this requires a protective membrane, a structure designed to breathe with the forest while shielding the life inside it. Bridging that gap begins by leaving the chaos of the woods for a space of mathematical order. Spatial requirements are mapped out as logic problems, separating utility zones from quiet living areas. These flat lines then translate into a three-dimensional volume, allowing us to calculate weight and heat distribution before a single tree is moved. The design follows a Scandinavian architectural language. It uses minimal geometry to prioritize natural light, using large glass spans to pull the forest into the room while trapping solar warmth. These blueprints act as the structural DNA of the project. They provide precise instructions to stabilize a human dwelling against gravity and wind. Transitioning from paper to the forest floor introduces the problem of unstable topsoil and uneven terrain. We bypass shifting surface layers by drilling heavy piers deep into the earth. They push through loose silt, locking into solid bedrock. This creates a direct path for load distribution. The structure's weight travels through the piers, dissipating into stone. Precision at this stage is the only safeguard against structural warping. If the piers are not perfectly aligned, the house will eventually settle unevenly, compromising the window seals and the roofline. This hidden subterranean grip allows the home to remain stable through decades of shifting soil and freeze-thaw cycles. With the foundation set, massive spruce and pine beams are placed into position. These timbers are the primary load-bearing elements of the sanctuary. Modern timber framing relies on the physics of the wood itself. Joints are carved to create natural tension, a method used in structures that have stood for over 300 years. When these mortise and tenon joints snap together, they form a structural lock. The frame becomes a rigid grid capable of absorbing the high wind pressures common in open forest valleys. Once the frame is secured, exterior walls are erected to enclose the volume. The house becomes a sealed environment in a matter of days. Timber serves a dual purpose here. It provides necessary tensile strength to support the heavy roof, while acting as a carbon sink, sequestering CO2 for the building's life. The completed skeleton represents a transition, turning raw natural materials into an engineered fortress. Moving inside, the rugged battle against the elements ends. The insulation mutes the forest sounds, and the internal environment becomes still. The luxury of the space comes from the refinement of the materials. The same heavy wood that provides the structural strength is sanded to a smooth finish, creating tactile surfaces that soften the interior. Strategic lighting and a central heat source complete the transformation. The golden light from the hearth reflects off the wood grain, signaling a sense of security to the human brain. In this environment, luxury is found in the precise calibration of light, warmth, and thermal protection. The architectural details begin to recede the moment the house is occupied. The three layers, the vision, the bedrock anchors, and the interior warmth, work together to provide a stillness that allows a family to feel safe in an unpredictable landscape. As people move through these rooms, the structural grid begins to hold the weight of dinners, quiet mornings, and a collective history. This sanctuary is the result of forcing raw nature and rigorous engineering into complete harmony. Because of the centuries-long durability of the timber and the depth of the foundation, this structure is prepared to stand for generations. Building a home like this begins with a single decision to step into the wild.